Hey everybody, so those footages you just saw was shot with this, the Ulefone Armor 9. So this is yet another one of those super ultra rugged phones from Shenzhen. And you know, these phones are a dime a dozen, so I don't really cover them that thoroughly anymore. But this one's special because it comes with this, an endoscope camera. Now, if you're not familiar with what an endoscope is, it is an industry camera. It's a tube camera that allows you to stick it into or through tight places. So doctors use this sometimes if they need to stick this up someone's mouth or another opening, or a mechanic might need this when they need to stick it into a car engine. The whole point is this camera allows you to reach places that you would not usually be able to. So to set up this camera with the Ulefone Armor 9, you just need to align the pogo pins along with the camera like so, and then there's a screw here to hold the camera in place. Once it is on, the app will automatically launch, and you see right now this camera is working. To turn on the light now with a little bit of light, okay, this is going to be a little bit gross, but it should be able to see inside my ear right now. You can see my earwax, right? But okay, I'm not going to stick into any more parts of my body. So let's try it around the house. So the first thing you can do is you can stick it underneath the couch just to see, you know, it's helpful in that if I want to see what's under the couch, I don't have to bend all the way down there. So see, I can kind of now look under the couch with this endoscope camera, just like that. Now another use for this is if you have a clogged drain. So then you can stick this down a drain, stick this down a toilet, whatever you want to stick it down to get a better view of something. So, oh, you look at it, you can see my drain, how rusty it is, and kind of like the rusty pipe inside. Okay, I better sanitize this before I stick it into anything else. Okay, I gotta sanitize this end now before I use it a little bit more. So this is a really cool feature that really aligns with what Ulefone's been trying to do with this Armor series. They, you know, it's a rugged phone with a really large battery. This is 6,500 milliamp hour in here, and it's super rugged. As you can see, it's rated IP69, so it's even higher than IP68. So that means it's waterproof, water resistance for up to 30 minutes underwater, and you can drop this over and over and it is not going to break. If you are concerned, Ulefone actually includes a tempered glass screen protector in the box. That's not all. The Armor 9 also comes with an FLIR camera right here. FLIR stands for forward looking infrared. It's like a thermal scanner, so you can check the temperature of humans or subjects like computers and all of that. So you just have to turn on the FLIR app right here. So now we have an infrared thermal camera. If I put my hand into it, you see that it's measuring the temperature of my hand, 34.9. So this is timely because we're in the middle of a global pandemic right now, and one of the symptoms of having the coronavirus is you have a high temperature, a high fever, I believe above 38. So a lot of restaurants and airports and other type of office buildings are checking people's temperature before they let them in. So this essentially lets you check people's temperature, and right now I am at 35.7, so that means I don't have a fever. If I'm like 3 degrees higher, people might not let me in because they might think I have the coronavirus. So that's two features that's very useful right out of the box. Outside of that, this is a pretty decent smartphone too. You have a 6.3 inch screen, 1080p resolution, and you know, it looks pretty good to my eyes. The chipset inside is a Helio P90, which is more than powerful enough for most apps. I mean, it's no Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 or 765, but I had no issues running Instagram on this phone or even playing graphically intensive games like Kick Flight. So this game has one of the better graphics out on Android. As you can see, I'm playing with the graphics setting at the highest setting, and frame rates and animations are running pretty smoothly, and the phone also did not heat up after 15 minutes of playing. Now, due to the nature of a rugged phone, because this whole thing is wrapped in rubber Kevlar, that means there's not a lot of spaces for speaker grills. So unfortunately, the speaker grill is on the back, which is not a good location at all. So we'll test it really quick with my usual video speaker test. So this is max volume. It's just weird when you're watching something and it's facing away from you. And you can also muffle the speaker just like that, but the screen does look pretty good. As for the overall software, this is Android 10 and it is a pretty clean version of Android. Unfortunately, there is no app tray, so all your apps have to sit on the home screen. But it is a pretty clean interface, and you do get a screen recorder, which you don't get in a lot of these more budget Shenzhen phones. Now, like all rugged phones out of Shenzhen, you also have this toolbox, which gives you your usual, you have a heart rate sensor, you have a speedometer, and you have a height measurer using AR, and then also a noise test, so to test how loud something is when I'm speaking at 72, 69 decibels. So you see, this is a really capable phone that you take with you if you like to go camping a lot, or if you're a construction worker. This phone is not going to break. It has an endoscope camera for you to stick it into anything that you want to look at. It has all these tools to detect your heart rate, sound level, everything you can think of, and it's a pretty functional smartphone. Let's look at the hardware. I know I'm doing this a little bit out of order. So right at the bottom is the Type-C charging port. Like I said, there's a 6,500 milliamp hour battery inside, and you see it's covered by this flap, so that helps sealing it against water damage. So just make sure this flap is closed. Now on the right side right here, this is that pogo pin where you plug in the endoscope camera. Right here, it's an emergency button that you can assign it to call emergency services, or I guess dial 911 or 999 wherever you are. And right here are the two volume buttons. So this is interesting. Usually we have volume rockers. This is the first time I've seen separated volume buttons in many years. At the top, you have a headphone jack. So this is another plus. And you can also plug in a headphone to use it as an antenna too, so you can get radio reception from this phone too. And over here you have a SIM card. It's a dual SIM card with support for TF card for expandable storage. And here's the power button, and on the right it's a side mounted fingerprint scanner. Now the fingerprint scanner works kind of well, but it is a little bit slow. And also another problem is, because it's on the side, I find that a lot of times I'm accidentally triggering it. So if I'm holding the phone like this, for example, this scanner might think I'm trying to scan my finger, and it'll be registering basically the wrong digits. And then later when I try to unlock, it'll say too many failed attempts. You can't get in right now, use your PIN. That happens to me maybe like 5 times every day using this phone, so that's quite problematic. Oh, and I forgot to talk about the camera. So we have a 64 megapixel main camera here, and then we have 2 extra sensors. One of them, it's a 2 megapixel additional camera that helps with depth perception, and then this camera up here helps with the FLIR sensor. So really you're only getting one main camera here. There's no ultra wide angle and no telephoto zoom lens. So see, you have the shutter button is relatively responsive, and you have the zoom button here, but this is just entirely digital zoom. And you can pinch to zoom up to 4x. Now we'll look at the sample. So this is 4x. You see it's pretty blurry, not a good zoom photo at all. 2x looks pretty respectable, and then you have 1x. This is actually a pretty serviceable shot, but we have good lighting right now. Okay, I actually took some photos at night and they actually turned out pretty well. So this is just a standard night shot, and then this is with night mode. Pretty impressive actually, considering this is a smaller brand phone. Let's look at some more photos that I tested earlier. So this is a selfie camera. You see lighting is a little bit off, and it's just a little bit soft all around. Now this image, again, it's pretty good, even though it's kind of dim light right here. Dynamic range is on point. It's pretty good details. This is a 64 megapixel camera, so it outputs a 16 megapixel photo. Also tested the video camera. So this is 1080p video. So you see the mics are pretty bad, and there's no stabilization at all. So overall, I would not buy this phone if you're expecting to shoot a lot of videos or photos for Instagram. Instead, buy this phone if you're someone who works in construction or likes to go hiking or mountain biking. Just so basically you're a very outdoorsy person. You want a phone that will last. Battery 6,500 milliamp hours, so it's enough to last all day easily. And once again, that endoscope camera is really a standout feature. I'm kind of getting tired of so many of these phones all looking exactly the same, so I would not have tested this if not for the fact that it has that endoscope camera, because it set the Ulefone Armor 9 apart from everything else out there. And the Endoscope camera is going to be helpful around the house if I ever need to check what's behind the kitchen counter, stuff like that, or I ever need to clean my ear again. I think I had some earwax in there. So anyway, that's it for now. I don't know the pricing of this phone yet, but I have been told it should be around $400 US. So that might be a little bit high considering who you are, but I think there are definitely people out there who will want something like this. So that's it for now. Stay healthy, stay safe. Thanks for watching.